Hey Reviteers, let's make sure that you can get Revit downloaded as soon as possible because like I said, we really hit the ground running in this class. I'm going to go through this list of what you need in the assignment, and at the end I'm going to skip back and talk about what Mac users need. So for all of you PC people, I will tell you when you can sign off, hang out until then, and then Mac people, go ahead and keep listening to the lecture so you can find out how to modify your machine. So in order to continue with this course, you have to have a copy of Revit, especially this semester since we'll only be conducting the class online. But regardless, even if you are taking an in-person class, you need to ensure that you can do homework remotely. So the first place that I would start is make sure that you meet the minimum system requirements. So if you click on that link down here, Revit 2020, here's a entry-level configuration that you can take a look at. And I think most computers that people have meet the minimum. There's also a value, balance, price, and performance that they list. So this one's a little bit better. And then they kind of have like the best, which is let me go back up here. The performance, large complex models. Now we won't get into large and complex models, but this is just nice to see. If you have a computer that can handle this Revit, you will be fine. This is probably the most graphic intensive computer program that we're going to be using, so this should take care of all of your needs this semester. Coming back to the Revit download, after you've run your minimum system requirements, you need to create an Autodesk account. So again, I'm going to click on this link here. Now, some of you may already have an account. If you've taken AutoCAD, you may have already signed up. If you have, there's this link right here that says sign in, where you can go ahead and sign in. If it's your first time, go ahead and create your account. As you create your account, I just wanted to let you know that it's going to ask you things like your .edu address, what school you're going to. They want you to declare your major and your anticipated year of graduation. There is really no right or wrong answer except for that .edu address. They just want to verify that you're a student, but they don't really care exactly when you're going to graduate. Anybody who downloads these programs gets to run them for 3 years, so you are covered. At the end of the 3 years, if you happen to still be in our program because life happens, go ahead and download the latest version, and then you can get started there. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and create an account, and then you're going to come back and meet me at the login page, which is the sign in. So what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go ahead and sign in, and this is where we're going to come back. You may need to wait a few minutes to get an email from Autodesk. They might need to verify your account. So this would be a good place to pause and then come back to the lecture as soon as you're ready. Welcome back. So once you get your Autodesk account started, go ahead and click on the link that is in Canvas, and we want to go to the Get Started button right here. And what you want to do is go ahead and sign in. So I'm going to sign in using the same credentials similar to what you just used. And it recognizes, hi Naima, your educational access to Autodesk products is valid until May of 2021. Please choose a product below. You can see that right here on my screen I have Revit. If you don't see Revit, you can go ahead and search for it. So if you just type in Revit, it should pull up for you. So this is what we're looking for. You can see that there's a Get Product button. This is exactly what we want. We don't need to change anything here. Don't impress me with your dual language skills. Let's go ahead and be simple and do it in English. And then from here, go ahead and click on download. And on your PC, it's going to ask you where to save it. It typically puts it right in the applications. Now, I downloaded this earlier just to see how long it would take, and it was actually really fast. It only took me less than a minute to get the entire file. I do have fast internet at home, but I just wanted you guys to see about how long it actually takes to download it. So the downloading process really doesn't take a long time. The thing that might take a little bit longer is the actual installation portion of it, but that shouldn't take longer, at most an hour, maybe 10 minutes at most. With Windows, you never know if there are other updates that need to be installed, so that's just something to watch out for. But I'm going to go ahead and wait for this to download. And then after you have this file here on your computer, you can open it up. You can keep hitting next and then next and then next. And then eventually we're going to come back once we have Revit open and launched. And we might have to do one extra step of putting in our serial number for the educational license. It has done it in two ways in the past. Sometimes it just does it automatically. When I download it off of the Autodesk education site, it knows who I am. It just kind of embeds it in this file right here. And then other times I actually have to log back in and get it verified. So that's something that we might have to come back and do. We'll finish it all together during our final download. But that should go ahead and get you started. And then the next steps that you need are, the optical mouse that I've listed here, and then I've got screenshots as well. If you have questions about the screenshots, please take a look at one of our other assignments that teaches you, it's just a practice assignment, it teaches you how to actually take a screenshot once you get that up and running. One more quick update before I go. I couldn't find the serial number just when I looked for it, but it doesn't mean it's not there. It's saying here that during the product download, it's saying that it's displayed as you download the product. So again, as you keep going further into the process, those keys could come up. They also say that now after you download a product, you get an email with the serial number and the product key. So there's something else to watch out for. And then last but not least, this is the part that I'm used to, but I actually can't find. It's saying that it's somewhere in your Autodesk account. So I don't have all of the answers for you, but as we go through the week, we will find where to get those serial numbers. We'll definitely find them before the end of our 30 days so we can get our license of Revit verified so we can use it for the remainder of the semester. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Hi, Apple users. Thanks for sticking around. This is like the cool cartoon at the end of the credits after a movie. So unfortunately, Revit doesn't natively run on a iOS-based computer, which is anything made by Macintosh. So you have a couple of options. The first option is to install something called Parallels or Boot Camp that will allow you to run Windows on your machine. Boot Camp is already in your computer. It's free, but Parallels is something that you have to purchase. Depending on which one you want to use, either way, you have to get your own copy of Windows before installing Revit. Now, the difference between these two things is that Boot Camp essentially takes your computer and splits the hard drive into another computer. So you essentially have to turn your Mac computer off and then turn on your Windows computer. Parallels allows you to run Windows just like any other app runs on your Mac. So it just has a Windows computer kind of running in the background. It does take a lot of your memory and space, but it allows you to run both. So I prefer running Parallels. It's actually what I have at home. I do like running it. But again, the drawback is that you're dedicating some space to kind of a whole new computer that's Windows based, strictly for Revit, and then also AutoCAD if you'll be using AutoCAD. Those are the drawbacks, but for me in the long run, I think it's worth it just because I'm used to working in the iOS or Apple environment, but it's really up to you to decide what you want to do. I have even had some students in the past that just grab a Windows laptop or a desktop that they might have at home that they don't use all the time to do their Revit work, or they might borrow something from someone. So that's an option too. But either way, you definitely have a few more steps to get this installed before class starts. If you have any other questions, let me know. I'm not a total computer genius, so you might need some help through calling Mac support, having one of their geniuses call you back, or going into one of the Mac specialty stores here in town. So I hope that helps. I know it's a little bit of a headache, but it's kind of a trade-off that we make for having these beautiful machines. Thanks, everyone.